What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yours truly, Kendrick Knight here, back again with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Episode 16, crazy to say, of going beneath the surface with yours truly, Kendrick Knight here, man. And today's topic is pretty much about how to embrace the unknown and fearing the unknown and eventually embracing it, right? How can we embrace something that we can't see? How can we embrace something that we don't know what's going to happen, right? Especially for a dreamer like myself. Like I've always been, like you guys know my story. Like I've always been a dreamer. I've always been a goal setter, and I want this for myself. I want this for my life, and just pushing myself to reach a level that not only people around myself didn't see, but also myself. I'm constantly beating myself up, like, oh, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just appreciating not just how far I've come, but what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm constantly like, okay, cool. What's next? What's next? What's next? Cool. Boom. On to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And so when you don't know what's around the corner, like you fear that because you have the fear of failing, like I've always had, right? But once you believe, obviously, number one, believe in God enough to, just believe in Him enough to push you and know that He has a plan and that everything's not going to go the way that you see it and the way that you personally may want it. But everything happens for a reason. And that's something that I myself had to force myself to understand and realize and comprehend and ultimately accept that everything in my life is not going to go the way the person that I see in the mirror, the way he wants to see it. And so accepting that, first of all, is like the first key, right? Um, for me, the example that I'm going to speak about in this video is my broadcasting journey, right? Um, Broadcasting has been something that I've been wanting to do since I was 11, 12, somewhere around my preteen years, 12, 13, something like that. Because it was the 2010 NBA Finals. I think I was 12 to be exact. Yeah. 2010 NBA Finals, Lakers, Celtics, Game 7 in Staples Center. By the way, it will forever be the Staples Center, not no, what is it now? Um, Whatever it is. It's the Staples Center. And, Kobe versus, the big three in Boston. You know what I'm saying? KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo, the crew, Perkins. You know what I'm saying? And that was legitimately the very first sports um, game that I literally sat down and watched beginning to end. I was at my dad's house visiting him and the family, and because at that point I was a TV kid. You know what I'm saying? Cartoons. You know what I mean? Jimmy Neutron, Fairy Odd Parents, SpongeBob, of course. You know, uh, Ed and Nettie on Cartoon Network. You know what I mean? Like I was that kid, and Rugrats, of course. You know what I'm saying? So all those, and I never really, I really tuned out sports. Like I didn't really wasn't vibing with it for real. You know what I mean? Like I was in my own lane, and that was that. And so kind of like how I was speaking about in episode 15 about like not allowing people to pull you into their lanes because that's just who they are in their lane. I'm in my lane. Cartoons, cartoons, cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy, SpongeBob, Timmy Turner. You know what I'm saying? All those guys. And so, yeah, I finally watched that game. Game 7 from beginning to end. And it was a cool game watching Kobe. You know, Kobe Bryant was like the inspiration for me to not just get into basketball, but also into football and soccer and all these other sports. And watching him like be immortalized for the fifth time and ultimately his final time as an NBA champion and winning the title in his for his city. You know what I'm saying? In front of them in LA. And so that was an inspiration to me. But what also sparked my interest was like these people talking throughout the game, and I wasn't used to that. I'm used to watching a show with no interruptions by the broadcast. Like I'm the show, right? There's nobody talking throughout it, letting me know what's happening when I can clearly see it myself with my two eyes that I was blessed with, right? So my dad pulls me to the side once the Lakers win and the excitement is over, everything's died down, it's almost bedtime. So, oh, you enjoy the show? You enjoy the movie? Uh, you enjoy the game? I was like, yeah, it was cool. You know what I mean? But like, who are those people that was talking throughout the game? Like, I was very like distracted. Like, I clearly know what's going on. I don't need to be told. And he just broke it down to me like, hey, this is sports broadcasters. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they talk about sports. They get paid to talk about sports. It was like one of those episodes of like cartoons where like a light bulb hit, and I knew what it is that I want to do in my life, and that was my introduction to sports. You know what I mean? Like my dad was the guy. He pushed me to go to his house to watch this game, and the rest was history for me. And that's when I got into the NBA, NFL, and watching international soccer in the U.S. and hockey, baseball, you know what I'm saying, volleyball and golf, and so on and so forth. And so with that journey, I was still that kid that cared a lot about what people had to say and think about what I choose to do with my life. So like I shied away from it from a very, very long time because you mean to tell me a quiet, skinny, shy, and frail kid from Goldsboro, North Carolina is going to go pro and be on ESPN, Sports Center, and talk and actually knows what he's talking about? No way. Everybody's going to talk their junk about me. Like, no way. There's no way Kendrick McKnight, out of all people, is going to succeed all of these goals. So I overthought too much about what people may think and what they will say, and you know what I mean. So like I shied away from for a very long time, and high school comes along, and not gonna lie to you, my very first goal in life that I said, okay, if I follow this plan, like cool, boom, like of course broadcasting is in the back of my mind, but I'm pushing that away because I'm caring about what people may think. My very first goal in life that I wanted to do was to be a professional soccer player. Like going into freshman year of high school, like that was my mindset that summer. Like I made the team, play all my 4 years, get better and better and better and better each season. Hopefully become good enough to get scouted and get a full ride at a university somewhere around the world. You know what I mean? Oh, in the U.S. Play all my 4 years there, or however many years, good enough to get a professional team's eyes and interest. Go over there, whether again in the U.S. or anywhere around the world, and boom, success story. Boom, like can't even draw it up better than that. That was the initial goal that I had for myself going into my freshman year. Um, goes by, and like I don't get those opportunities to showcase who I am and what I can do on the field, because to this very day I'm still bitter at the fact that I wasn't one of the favorites of the coach that I had. You know, you know, and that can be a literal whole other episode where like I can break down every single thing in that, because again, I'm an observer. I pay attention. You know what I mean? I may not say anything, but like I'm looking, I'm watching. You know what I mean? I'm hearing. You know what I mean? And so like I have my own theories and all that. All these years later, it's still like when I'm in deep thought about that, like it still pisses me off to this day. You know what I mean? But again, everything happens for a reason. And without that happening, I wouldn't be on the journey that I'm on now. Right. And so that doesn't go out for me. You know what I'm saying? So like the soccer dream is now depleted, is gone. And so broadcasting is back in my ear now. Like, okay, like what's going on? Then boom, dad passes away my junior year, middle of my junior year, 2013, and I'm just in a world where I'm lost. Like I don't know what to do now. Like I don't know who I am. I can't recognize who I see in the mirror now. Like how can I live this life without my Superman, without my hero, without my Batman, without my Incredible Hulk? You know what I'm saying? Like how can I be this person and ultimate man without the man in my life? You know what I mean? How can I chase my goals without that person constantly cheering me on? And so any goal, any aspiration that I had at that time, or just thought process of it, just died instantly when he passed away. And so it was a tough um time for me, tough year and a half. And then, my little brother comes into my life, months later after my dad's passing. And I just had a moment like, okay, like I now have two boys looking up to me now. Um, I need to do something, because during that time of me graduating high school, all my friends, peers, associates are moving on in August to their respective colleges, and they're doing this. This person moved here and got a job to do this, or got an internship here and there, and everybody's doing this. And I'm at home sitting on my butt, not going to school, not working. So I literally sat on my butt for an entire school year from August. Matter of fact, even the summer of me graduating. So like I graduated in May of 2015. And from that point, mid-May to literally that following 2016, April, not April, February, March, April, May, June, May or June. So literally an entire year of not doing anything for my life. I finally decided, like, man, like I gotta do something, man. Like I got two boys looking up to me now, who are my brothers. And so I stepped up to the plate, man, and I was applying to colleges. And like the only pinpoint with that was like I was really using school as a security blanket, in a way of just like as a scapegoat to leave my hometown, as a way to get out of here, as a way to push myself enough to say, hey, at least I'm doing something with my life. So I had the drive to want to do something, but I did it in the wrong way. Um, you know, and so the school that I eventually went to was Chowan University. That was the school that I would literally the only school that would accept me based off of my high school GPA, because I didn't really take school seriously that much. Like, I was one of those kids. Like, I'm here to act the fool and be amongst the cool kids and be the class clown and make everybody laugh and just be that kid, to not really focus too much on the task at hand and not think about, and I wasn't thinking about 5, 10, 20 years from now at, how old was I at that time? 12, 11, 14 years old. Like, I was not thinking like that. You feel what I'm saying? 16, 15, 17, not at all. And so I go there, to Chowan University, again with the wrong pretense. Like, I'm really here to escape from my hometown. I've been here long enough. Been here for what, 16, 17, 18 years. Like, I need to go. I need to be in my own space. Change of scenery. And I even applied there for a major that I never truly desired, sports management. Like, I wanted to be in sports, but not sports management. But that was the only thing sports wise that I was interested in, and they didn't have broadcasting. So I just got with the second best thing, second best option. Because again, I'm just using this school really to leave. And so freshman year comes. It's cool, man. To this very day, those couple months, we talk about August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. That school year, to this very day, was like the best time in my life. Like, you talk about like finally away from home, no one to tell me what to do. I can go in and out as I please. Now being exposed to all types of people from all walks of life. Going out, because I was that kid. I was that guy that was at parties at least once every weekend. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was that kid. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't going too crazy. Like, I wasn't going against my morals as far as like drinking, smoking, or anything like that. Like, I was just there. I was just vibing. You know what I mean? Dancing here and there. You know what I mean? But it was a vibe though, because I was in an environment that it's kind of like, maybe this is a bad example, but like for any of the Fast and Furious fans, because I know it's not many of you guys left, but for any Fast and Furious fans, where like Dom explains, where like those 10 seconds or less when he's racing someone, nothing else in the world matters. That's his time. That's his moment. And I compare that to my time in college, like especially in parties. Like, when I'm in those environments, like nothing else in the world matters. Like, oh, I got an exam Monday and it's Saturday, but it'll be Sunday morning, and I haven't even attempted to study. That's fine. You know what I mean? I have a big exam coming up pretty soon. Like, I'm supposed to read this article. I'm supposed to, you know, uh, go to the library and get this, and I haven't done it yet. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, those moments I will never forget. And just like, nothing else in the world matters. And I was just in love with that feeling of just like individuality. You know what I'm saying? Like being my own person, being my own man, and this like away from the world of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And so it was cool, man. Like it was a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And side note, I've always told myself when I return into that mode of just partying and just like being in those moods, dancing, just like not caring about anything else in the world would be my wedding day. Be prepared. If I invite you to my wedding, I expect you to get off your ass and get on the dance floor. Like this is your one, probably your one and only time where you see me out of pocket. One and only opportunity to see me out of the nice Kendrick, the very well mannered, the well observed, just like to himself guy. Like this is my day. This is my night. You know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna be a vibe. You know what I mean? Like I've already this is crazy. Like I've already written down a playlist for my wedding and like more than half of it are like twerking songs, to be honest with you. Like I expect you to do something. You know what I mean? Like I expect you, I demand you to do something. You know what I mean? So like I'll just hope and pray that my wife is prepared. You know what I mean? This isn't just my day. This is our day. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. Um, but anyway, like I've always had the mindset of wanting to do something with my life. I just didn't know how to get to that point. Like that's how I've always been. You know what I mean? Like I know what I want to do. I know where I want to go. Um and all of these things. I just don't know how to get there. The little steps has always pissed me off. The little steps have always just confused me and upset me and just like trying to figure out how to get there is just really frustrating me, right? And so freshman year comes and goes. Um, it was cool. Got all my my party stages, out the way, did this, did that. It was cool. Come back sophomore year and it didn't have the same feel. It didn't have the same vibe at it as it did months prior. Excuse me, before the summer break. You know what I mean? Like I didn't feel like I belong here now. Like I did all that. Now it's time to buckle down and try to figure out really what it is that I am doing here. And the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, I was just kind of like in denial with it. Like, oh, it's okay. Like I'll be good here. Let me finish it out. Let me write it out these 4 years, and we figure it out from there. And I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like I just had a moment where my sophomore year, I was living by myself. Like I had my own room, but like I was in a little um area where like there's four people, all four of us have our own rooms. There's two over here, there's two over here. The two guys over there were football players, and then the guy that was next to me was he was in a fraternity. So literally every weekend there was some type of get together, some gathering in the living area, and it used to just like piss me off all the time, man. Like me, like I love my peace, I love my quiet. Um, And so just on a random Saturday night, like no football players, no frats. It was complete silence. And I took advantage of that. And I turned off my game that I was playing at the time, turned my TV off, turned my phone off. And I was just like in my peace. And I asked myself a very important question like, Kendrick, what do you want to do? And took a moment with myself, like, okay, like, I think I'm ready to finally go after this broadcasting thing. I'm tired of faking it and lying to my family, lying to my mom, like I'm happy here, going after something that I never wanted to do in sports broadcast and sports management. And I think it's time. And I felt like obviously the very first step into doing that is transferring schools. And so I sat on that for a couple of days, and I finally hit my mom up about it. I was like, "Hey, this is how I'm feeling," and yeah, I want to leave. I want to go after this thing. And my mom understood, but her asterisk to that was I had to stay in North Carolina. Uh, and it's crazy that she said that because like if I had it my way, I would be somewhere all around the world somewhere. You know what I mean? Any school that would accept me. I don't care if it's Mississippi, Alabama, Idaho. Like I'm gone. You know what I mean? And so um, I spent at least 3 hours, maybe 2.5, looking up North Carolina schools that has that degree in sports management, in sports broadcasting, and no luck. It was like it was three big components for me that kind of like made my decision. Obviously, number one, my GPA matching their requirements, wherever the school's requirement is at that time. Number two, if they had the sports broadcasting major, and three was like a personal thing for me, like location wise, because the school that I was at in Chowan, middle of nowhere, like you have to travel to go here, you have to travel to go there, so I wanted to be in an area or near an area where it's popping, like it's more things to do. You feel what I'm saying? And so that was like a real big thing for me. And so yeah, 2.5 hours, man, trying to look up schools, trying to figure out like what's next for me. And just when I was just going to give up, I swiped again and I happened to come across this university called Wingate University. I was like, what the hell is this? I'd never heard of a Wingate in my entire life. And I looked on there and my GPA matched their requirement. I was like, okay, cool. Check one. I go into their majors and what they're offering. I go into the communication section and I see sports broadcasting. Boom. Okay, there's one more thing for me to check all the boxes and be like, this is the school. I looked up the school, its location, Wingate, North Carolina. I'm like, middle of nowhere. Boom. I'm done. Nope. And right before I was about to just swipe on them and just like forget about it, I noticed that Charlotte was literally right down the road, 30, 35, 40, 45 minutes down the road. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, we're doing it. Heck yeah, we're going here. For anybody that knows me, like I've always been in love with the city of Charlotte from afar. I've had opportunities due to me being at Wingate to finally be in Charlotte and experience the city. And but before that, I've always been a fan of the city from afar. You know what I mean? Like because I used this example before where like, okay, as a nation, as the United States, the premier cities that makes up who we are as a country is like what? New York, LA, Miami, Dallas, Chicago, right? Those are like the highlighted cities in the world, in the city, in the country that just like this is what makes the United States the United States. And so I use that same premise for North Carolina. Like, okay, you have the Raleighs, you have the Greensboros, you know what I mean? Like those are like the top two. You have the Durhams of the world, but like Charlotte for me has always been that city. You know what I mean? Charlotte has always been that one that I've always loved, always admired from afar, like I said, and like I wanna see what life is like over there. And like I put so much on that city. Like if you haven't stepped foot here, you haven't really done much in life as a North Carolinian. Like if you haven't been here, like what are you doing with your life? And so I put that much pressure on myself. Like, oh, one day I'm going to be here. One day I'm going to experience the city. One day I'm going to visit the city, and ultimately, prayerfully, I'm going to one day live in the city. And so, especially as a sports guy, major opportunities. You have the Hornets, you have the Panthers, whole 9 yards, all types of little league type things, rec. You know what I mean? Like you have what it takes to live that life when it comes to broadcasting or anything sports wise, right? So I admired the city from a very much far. And once I noticed like Wingate is that close to it, boom, you got me. And I remember applying and like just praying, man, just praying and praying and praying and praying. Hopefully I can get in and finally turn the page of this current book and finally enter a new chapter into my life. And man, I remember finally getting that letter. Not even letter. I had gotten an email from them. I was on my way to my 8 a.m. class. I'll never forget this. I was on my way to my 8 a.m. class, and I was running late because where I was living at the time, I was on this side of the campus, and my 8 a.m. class was on this side of the campus. And my mom had bought me a bike because I was supposed to drive that school year, but I had gotten into an accident, and yeah. So in substitution, my mom got me a bike so I can get around the campus more. And so got a bike. I was like a bicyclist professional on that pathway trying to get to that place because I was running late. I woke up late trying to get myself together and whole 9 yards and crazy. And so I made it, finally get down, settled. I looked at my phone, got the email, and I'm just like, oh no. Uh, should I see it? Should I read it now? Do I? Cause I mean, we guys still got like 2-3 minutes before class starts. Let me just like glance at this thing, see what's going on. Look at it and say, hey man, congratulations, you're in. And that moment for me was just like everything. It was everything to me. Just trying to do and be better for myself and go after my goal and go after my dream. And this was literally the first step and getting that acceptance. And I had a moment, tear fell out of my eye a little bit. But I had to, You know what I mean? Like I can't let people know what's going on with me. So like toughen up, and yeah, it was a cool moment for me, and trying to play cool, knowing that I'm leaving this place finally, and here I am laughing and joking in people's faces and asking people for pencils because I forgot it in the room, and knowing that I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like goodbye. And so it was cool, man. It was an awesome moment for me. Family was happy for me, and just being happy with myself by taking that leap and taking that step into my official broadcasting journey. And I feared the unknown in that moment because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Not knowing what's going to occur. Like, how can I finally get out of my shell? How can I finally get to that pinpoint of, talking in front of a camera and actually conveying myself in a way like it's come across as believable. Like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. And it was a journey. You know what I mean? I feared the unknown, but in that moment, I embraced it because, again, like I stepped up to the plate, and I'm after my goal, and I just didn't know what to expect from the school because I didn't know anybody, absolutely no one, when I applied and I finally got there. You know what I mean? Like no, I'm just here to go after my goal. I'm just here to go after my dream, and I'm in a bigger and even bigger city. I'm in a bigger. I was in a pond. I was in a lake when I was at Chuan. Now I'm in the ocean at Wingate, and I'm just a little Nemo trying to find my way back home, right? And so, um, yeah, a lot of deer in headlights moments, but hey, I was trying to better myself. I was trying to put myself in a better position. I was trying to put myself out there in a sense of, hey, my name is Kendrick McKnight. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. But I have a blank canvas now. But it's up to you to like rewrite it and redraw and put something on there. And so first couple years, first couple months, honestly, was tough. It was a tough transition. Um, they didn't have enough space on campus for me, so I was living off campus in a hotel that was in partnership of the school of people that didn't have places on campus or dorms, anything like that. Oh, you can live in this hotel right here, and just commute. There's a bus that comes or van that would come and go and um, take you to and from. And it was a cool process. You know what I mean? Like I just wasn't engaged as much as I wanted to, which put me in the space of just like failing classes and doing this and doing that. And I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm finally out here at a school that has what you have, Kendra, but you're messing up. Like you're effing up all the way. Back to back semesters, having three Fs, two in the first, one in the second. Um, then going on academic suspension, and it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah. But after a while, man, it was it got a lot of better for me. It got a lot easier for me, and I finally got on campus. So now I'm more engaged. I can move around better and doing this and doing that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. get your shit together, bro. Like, cool. You're here now. You're on this broadcasting journey, and just do a lot better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot. It was a lot, man. Um, just having classes within my major, communications, doing this, doing that, like it was fun. Like those are the classes that I care the most for. Like these general classes that you have to take in order to graduate. Okay, those were the ones that I struggled with. But like classes that I had to take, for my major, like I excelled in. I loved it. I accepted those challenges. I was willing to, put myself in a position to put my best foot forward, trying to be the best, trying to be, somewhat good enough to mm, trying to be not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, but trying to be the example that it means to go after your goal and go after your dream, right? If that makes sense. Doing and being someone that can be a success story. Um, you know, but again, I feared that unknown. I feared what was around the corner. Like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, cool. What's going to happen when I graduate? What's going to happen if I, don't graduate? Like what? Then I'm told like, oh, I got to do an internship before I graduate in order to graduate. Lord, what kind of what kind of internship am I supposed to do? Like I'm lost. And so got the opportunity to broadcast football games, high school football games in the city next over Wingate in Monroe, North Carolina, which was a really really cool opportunity. Um, alongside another classmate of mine, and working with him was pretty cool. It was awesome. I had a couple classes with him before. Again, communication majors, like you have certain people um, in your classes often because you guys are both communication majors. So I knew of the guy. I just didn't know he was doing that. So I got there, like, oh yeah, oh so and so, cool. All right, this is an opportunity to get to know him and get to know his story and get to know who he is and where he sees himself. And so, first couple games that we did, he took over like he's the pro here, and I'm just observing. I'm just paying attention. Like, okay, cool. This is how it's done. And after maybe like the fourth or fifth game of the season, that's when I got on. And again, it was the radio because you couldn't see my face. But man, I was a deer in headlights. Like I didn't know what to do. Like it's easy to watch someone, but when you do it yourself, it's frightening. Like it's definitely scary. And so I will only speak whenever he says my name or ask me a question here and there. But I wouldn't necessarily say it was the worst experience of my life. But I needed that. Like I needed that experience of being live and being on the radio and having that pressure to be quick on your feet. Like what's happening? Like this player scored a touchdown. This player got a flag. Or this person got intercepted. This person tackled this person. Like you need to be quick with it. You know what I mean? And um, that was very intimidating. That was definitely one of those moments of okay, here we are. This is what you wanted, right? Keep going. Do it. Here's the mic. The mic is here talking to it. Do it. And so definitely frightening, scary, very intimidating. But I did okay. You know, he would come to me during like half times and be like, "Oh man, like don't be scared. Don't be intimidated. Don't be um worried about this or that. Like whatever's going on, say it. Say something." You know what I mean? So he would literally give me the alley oops, and I would airball him every single time. I would miss the dunk. I would miss the layup. And when we get back on live, like he would give me an alley or say something interesting, and I would just fold every single time, man. Like I was shy. I was quiet. I was scared. I was, you know what I mean? But um, I needed that. I needed that time. I needed that opportunity to fail in a sense, to know what it truly means to be live, and the world is listening. The world is watching you. Um, so I needed that, man. It was a cool opportunity. What I loved the most about it, like I was doing like the live announcements on the radio. Like I would write down the script, get told on this day, hey, come here to the studio so you can do a live recording on the recorder, you know, say it in an announcing voice and hey, do it. And so um and boom. I really loved that aspect of it. I love that um journey of it. You know what I mean? Like I was more comfortable doing that than being on the radio itself and calling the game. And so it was cool. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes I would have to do retakes and um but I remember I did one and one take, Jake. I was so proud of myself. And just constantly practice, man. You know? And so it was cool, man. I love the journey. I love the process of that. And then it would be casted on the radio like, oh, so and so is facing so and so on your field, come out Friday night at so and so time and be ready. And I'll say the radio's name and its slogan, and boom, that's it. You know, at least 30 seconds to 35 and not too much wordy. You know what I mean? And actually know what you're talking about. So I love that process of it. It was really cool. Again, it was a process and it was a journey. It was a time in my life where I'm a rookie trying to figure out how to just know what it is to be a vet, um, or have the feel of I know what I'm doing sophomore season. Um, and so that was a cool season of my life, completing that internship, and it was cool working alongside him. And so did that internship, man. Graduated college, and now it's like, okay, I'm back home. So now what? What we doing? You know, because I've always been that guy, right? Like, okay, cool. You graduated college. What's next? What's on the next agenda? What's the next uh what's next, dude? And so yeah, it was a time where um I wanted to attend Full Sail University in person. Um, you know, for anyone that knows me, WWE has always been the goal. So like why not attend a school that's in affiliation with them or partnership with them, where like NXT is broadcasted on their school ground. Okay, so like you want to be in WWE. Okay, cool. That's the goal, right? So like it makes sense to attend a school or at least apply to a school that works with them. So that way you get connected to so and so, you do this good, you do that good enough to get so and so's attention. That works for them. Boom. Now it makes sense to me, right? And so I applied, man. I got it. But with them, for anyone that doesn't know, Full Sail is located in Florida, and Florida is freaking expensive, whether you are a college student or not. And unluckily for me, the school does not have dorms. Like you literally have to have an apartment. Um, again, Florida is very expensive, and I did not have the funds to attend this school. So I did the alternative and just did the online portions. And I'll never forget this date, June 27th. June 27th. What year was that? 2019? No, 2022. 2022, because I graduated college back in December 2021, and I was going to go out there June 27th, 2022. That was the date that was going to like change my life. I'm leaving Goldsboro. I'm leaving North Carolina, man. Like for good. I'm going to not only a city but an entire state that I've never been to, and I'm going to live there for quite a while now because this course is at least 2.5, 3 years. So I'm going to live that Florida life for quite some time now. Like, yeah, like I'm gone. Sayonara, bro. Like, cool. And it broke my heart. Like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't go out there, man. And so, dude, it was a pain, but like I said, I went with the second option and I did the online portion, and that took me a good year and a half to finish. 2 years really, because like I finished one portion and then they called me. So, hey, how you doing? What's been going on? And you ever thought about doing more of this? Oh, there's more to it? Cool. Put more on my books. Put more on my resume that I can say that I've done. Just online though, right? And so um yeah, so two different portions of the online process, which again took me a year and a half, 2 years. And now it's time to like really like reel in, dial in, and like, okay, cool. What we're going to do now? And sometime later, I got accepted into an internship, writing articles, and it was cool writing about WWE, writing about the NBA, twice a week, one of each. You know what I'm saying? And just putting my work out there. It was cool. I did that from August of 2024, or no, yeah, 24, going into January of 25. So that was a journey doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then mid January, February, March, April, May, June, like now I'm stuck trying to figure out like what's next. What can I do? I'm applying here, I'm applying there, I'm emailing this person, I'm emailing this person, I'm DMing this person, I'm DMing that person. I'm not getting anything back. And I just pray to God, like, man, like, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? What am I supposed to do? And I finally reached out and I finally um, applied for this other internship, hoping for a miracle, praying for a miracle. And I get an interview for it. And even when I got the interview for it, like I still didn't have true big high hopes because like I had interviews before and I didn't get it. So like this is like now my fourth one, and let's just keep a good attitude and good demeanor, and we'll just see what happens. And did the interview process. It was pretty cool. Um, I felt like they got to know me from me rather than what I can do for them as a worker. Like how I felt with the other three interviews. And so it was a cool process, and but I still didn't really have big hopes for it. And a couple days later, I finally got the confirmation like, "Hey, Kendra, we would like for you to be part of this." So that was when FanFeed came along. I've been a part of them for quite some time now. From training camp, from preseason to the regular season to the playoffs to the NFL, writing about the Panthers, writing about any team really, and appearing on that podcast, man, and again showing face, knowing what you're talking about, a resume builder, putting your work out there, putting your face out there, and it was a really really cool process. Honestly, my time with FanFeed has been the best time of my career thus far since graduating. Doing the other internship was cool, but they didn't have a podcast. They didn't have the guys that I got to meet in FanFeed with them, and so it was a great time. I love my time with them, and um, sad that it's ending. Or it pretty much ended now. The Super Bowl is over and season's over, but um, I'm grateful for my time there. I'm grateful for the people that I have met during my time in FanFeed, interacting with everyone. You know what I'm saying, that I had interacted with, and so now, man, it's like, what's next? And so to even to back up though, man, like during my time in college, it was like, what can I do to better myself? What can I do while I'm still here, learning the process, learning the ropes? I can make a YouTube channel. Get comfortable to talking into a microphone, get comfortable showing my face, and that's what I did. So like the first couple videos that I did was voiceovers because like I wasn't there yet showing face, but like I just wanted to get comfortable with my voice, saying how I felt, expressing myself, conveying myself. And going back to my older videos to where I am now is a total like 360 times 100. You know what I'm saying? Like I've grown within these 6 years. January 1st, 2020 was my very first video. Like I told myself, January 1st of that year, 2020, I'm gonna do it. I'm finally turn that page and put myself out there, make a YouTube channel, and here we are 6 years later. Got a podcast going, uh, just doing hella content and making shorts on my Instagram and also YouTube shorts, getting thousands of views and likes and stuff. Like, just my growth here has been pretty cool. My growth here has lifted me in a space of like, okay, like people are not only paying attention but actually liking my stuff and getting subscribers and people being faithful enough to watch my stuff. Like, all that happened because of me pushing myself and believing in myself enough to go after my goal and go after my dream. And um it's been a cool process, man. And that all happened because of me embracing the unknown. When I finally told myself that I was going to go and transfer schools and go after my goal in sports broadcasting, I didn't know what was going to occur. That wasn't when I decided to do that. That was back in what 2017. I officially transferred to Wingate in 2018. So that was what 8 years ago, and to see my growth and to see where I am today with it, it's amazing. It's pretty cool. I'm in love with this journey and just seeing how far I can take it. And so, um, yeah, man, enjoy the journey, bro. Embrace the unknown, though, and embrace that God has a plan for you. It may not be the plan that you may want. It may not transpire the way that you personally see it within your vision, but like everything happens for a reason. But it's up to you to figure out why that happened, whether it was positive or negative or indifferent. Like I say this all the time to myself, like God would help you find that door, and He will also allow you to, find the keys, and He'll give you the keys for you. But it's up to you to open that door and go through it and see what He has in store for you. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, embrace the unknown, man. It's okay to fear it, but it's also important to embrace it and understand God's journey for you, right? I didn't see myself on YouTube. I didn't see myself making a podcast. 16 episodes in, you feel what I'm saying? Inviting people on, talking to people. Man, this is cool. Like I'm in love with my own journey and my own growth and see how far I've come with it. You know what I'm saying? And so, bro, like this is cool. I love it. I'm in love with this journey, man, and looking forward to what God has for me moving forward. Episode 16, Beneath the Surface, with yours truly, Kendrick McKnight. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. I know you guys see with my Tar Heel content, my Tar Heel shirt. You feel what I'm saying? That shot was crazy by Self Trimble. I was going crazy in here with that shot. Bro, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I wore Carolina today in my job. I'm gonna wear Carolina again tomorrow. Like I'm gonna just, man, yeah, yes sir. But yeah, embrace the journey, man. It's weird, and I too myself hate the little steps. But without those little steps, man, you're gonna fall flat on your face. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yes sir.